I'll always read what VIP Daniel writes. Saw a hibachi place that said teppenyaki underneath. They knew. It's still just crazy to me that they chose hibachi as an easier to pronounce version of teppenyaki. It's not that I think hibachi is hard to pronounce, but I feel like if anything, teppenyaki is like said as it's written. Teppenyaki. Hibachi seems harder because someone could say hibachi. I feel like they screwed up with that one. I feel like they should have just stuck with teppenyaki. Most people know it as hibachi. Yeah, if you live in the United States of America, but I mean, if you look at a graph of the world population, most people don't live in the United States of America, buddy. Most people you know? Yeah, probably. What's the definitional difference between the two? There is none. They called it hibachi in the United States because they thought teppenyaki was too hard to pronounce. That's the whole spirit of the bit, is that teppenyaki, I think, is easier to pronounce than hibachi. From someone in the US, it's called teppenyaki everywhere but America. See? The rest of the world stays winning, man. In some things. Hockey, soccer, flag football somehow. That one doesn't really make sense to me. Grok is 10% more racist now. It's crazy to me that I've been off Twitter, I guess we're approaching like the 6-month anniversary. It's crazy to me that some of you are still on it. Like, I had profit motive to be on Twitter. Sponsors would be like, hey, please post the tweet and we'll give you more money. And I said, nah, screw that, man. Have you been watching the news lately? You're on it for free. Still, at this point, there's no it's bad for you and it's not making you money. What are you doing on Twitter, man? It doesn't make any sense. I am becoming radicalized a bit. Like, I was reading this article from the CBC. This AI-generated guy who was pretending not to be AI called Josh couldn't get a job at Tim Hortons. And everybody in the comments was like, oh my God, this is so true. This is so true. And then it turns out it was like a robot making the video and Josh doesn't exist. And my end result here was that I realized that this is not in the mandate of the news. But I was like, why is... They're hand-wringing over all this stuff. They're like, why? We need better guardrails on social media. We need to clearly mark AI content on social media. Why is every article about this not saying get off of the platform? It's crazy to me that they treat it like there's absolutely nothing we can do. Like, you need to be taking in 3 hours of this garbage into your head every single day, so we've got to make it as safe as possible. We need somebody to be out here advocating for deleting the app, man. The platform holders do not have your best interest in mind. But I don't think that's in the mandate of the CBC, man. That might be more of the TE sort of thing. The TE, the Shimone. Leftist Michael Jackson listing all the online media subscriptions he pays for. The TE, the Shimone, the come on, get down, who, the who. I got a platinum subscription to he. I got 3-month free trial for he. Just because Canada won the Four Nations fart off doesn't mean that they're the hockey nation. Okay, buddy. We're going. Don't forget, man. Don't forget who won Lake Placid fucking 1980, man. Don't forget who won Lake Placid 1980 when plumbers and substitute teachers were the only hockey players allowed to be Olympians. 45 years ago, we creamed you. I don't even know what Canada was doing back then, honestly. We're not even part of the story, but Denmark mogs Canada in hockey? I guess you did beat us this year. I temporarily forgot that your country existed on the international stage, which is my bad. We should be uniting each other instead of dividing each other. Best handball players? I mean, this is just... I'm sorry, I'm not going to insult you. Let me start with a grok question. What is handball? I don't really know. Fast-paced game where 2 teams of 7 players try to throw a ball into the opposing team's goal. It was invented It's insane that handball was invented 107 years ago. It seems like a sport that was like legitimately made by cavemen. This shit was invented in the 20th century, man. There weren't like cavemen throwing old coconuts at each other or something like that. That's crazy. It's younger than baseball. That's wild, man. What's crazy to me is it's younger than hockey. Hockey requires like skates and ice and frozen cow poop or something like that. They just invented running around with a ball in 1917? No, wait, hang on. I'm on the Wikipedia article. A picture copied from an amphora shows youths playing a version of handball, circa 500 BCE. Okay, that makes way more sense. I've never seen handball. To me, it seems like being a goalkeeper in handball must be the easiest job of all time. How can you not save it when it's only generating force off of like the force that someone can throw it, man? The ball is small. Okay, and like Evan Bouchard's taking 130 mile per hour slap shots from the blue line with something that's like the size of a bottle cap. Goalies are still saving 91% of them, man, in ice hockey. How the hell are you not saving a much larger ball at a much smaller speed? People throw faster than they can shoot. There's no shot. That's literally like anti-Newtonian. They're not even using a lever, bro. Let me see. A jump shot from Kirill Lazarov, a Macedonian handball player. He holds the world record for number of goals scored in one world championship. Let me guess. It's 2. Average score of a handball match. Professional teams now typically score 20 and 35 goals each? No, man. Carey Price needs to come out of retirement. He would revolutionize the handball meta, bro. That's crazy. That's insane, man. Thatcher Demko could be making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in professional handball. You can't be letting in 20 goals a game, man. What's the lowest scoring handball game you can think of? The lowest I remember is Switzerland versus Iceland in the 2021 Men's World Championship. It was 20-18. Do you want to borrow? Like the Canucks have 3 second-tier goaltenders. If you guys want to borrow one and just like try it out, I think if you put Ed Belfour in net in a handball game, like he's going to get the first shutout in handball history. While drunk? I think that's how he got most of his records. Just saw an ad for Man cereal. It's just normal cereal with added creatine. This is why we need to bully the supplement users just a little bit. It's one of those things where probably like people becoming more aware of supplementation and macronutrients is like a net positive for humanity, but like instead of people using it to make like a balanced diet and lifestyle, they judge themselves based on who is the most devout at the church of macronutrients. They treat it as something where like the goal is to have the fewest carbohydrates at the end of the day on MyFitnessPal and the highest amount of protein possible. They swallow the incentive without actually worrying about the base principle for doing it in the first place. What's wrong with that? A 700-gallon jug of creatine is like $2, and you put like a Salt Bae sized pinch in a glass of water every single day. You don't need to put it in your cereal, man. You could just eat. First off, if you care about your health, you probably shouldn't be eating cereal for breakfast. Secondly, you definitely don't need like a specialized delivery mechanism to get the creatine in your body. It dissolves in water. Like a kilo of it can dissolve in a liter of water easily with no taste whatsoever. That's if you think you need creatine to begin with, which you may. I mean, it's as I understand. I'm quoting what I remember the consensus being here, which is apart from protein powder, it's like the only supplement that is proven to actually increase your performance. But then the secondary thing is, as soon as you stop taking it, you lose the performance benefit of it. But still, sometimes it's just nice to get that pop when you're doing a lift. I understand. Also adds water weight. Walter weight. Jesse, we need to cook. Walter weight. Nancy Pelosi, the game. Did you know that in 2024, Nancy Pelosi was actually only the 3rd best stock trader in Congress? I don't want to push back on the memes necessarily. I mean, 3rd best for like 50 years is probably number 1 lifetime career. Like Wayne Gretzky didn't win the Hart Trophy every single year, but still, my goat fell off. Well, she was dealing with some stuff, I think, that we don't need to talk about. She's had a rough couple of years. I'm not trying to defend Nancy Pelosi. The data, she's putting up Bernie Madoff stats against pros, but I'll show you how this goes, okay? Here, get ready. Just pay attention for 45 to 60 seconds. Your target is to get to $1,200 by buying and selling stock. You start with 1,000. So in 5 days, which is the limit that we have to get to this number, we have to add 20% to our bottom line. How do you do that? Well, you start by clicking the start button. Every day, you draw 10 cards from your deck. The market will go up or down based on the cards. Red usually means down, green usually means up, and then the number indicates like how much. So you might look at this. The price is $100. There's 2 actions you can take. This is the end, I promise. There's 2 actions you can take. You can trade, which is you saying, I want to buy before the day starts, and then sell at the day's end. I.e., I think the market is going to go up enough to justify me getting some action today. The other thing you can do, which is behind my head, is skip. And the skip button means you don't buy, which is something you might do if you think the market's going to go down or maybe be flat. But then also, it gives you an extra token bonus. It gives you 10 extra tokens for skipping, which is something you can use to buy perks and modify your deck. So on day 1, market's probably going to be up a couple percent. We skip to get some free tokens, okay? Price was up 6% today. That's peanuts. We get 10 tokens for skipping, and then a little token for our interest and a token for completing a day. At the end of every single day, add 2 cards to your deck. You have to add 1 bad card, 1 good card. We've already made the target. Now, what do you do after you reach the target? My 2 cents after you reach the target, you want to crash the market. Because at the end of every week, your balance gets reset to 1,000. If the price is $143, you can buy 43% less shares, so you make less money as a result. So you want to create a situation, after you make the limit, you want to manipulate the market to crash it so that when the next week starts, you can buy back in. Why would the price matter if it's all percentages? Okay, buddy, you have $1,000. Would you rather buy a stock that costs $100 or $10,000? Don't answer that. You can't buy a stock that costs $10,000. You only have $1,000. Now you're going to write some ignorant shit, fractional shares. First off, we're not talking about Amazon here, okay? This is like, we're trading futures in pork barrels or something like that. Secondly, they don't have that in the game. That person's not real. That person's doing their summer reading for college right now. Okay, I'm going to go full monkey bill. Give me champs and chimps. What if there was a fart coin that actually paid you based on the number of times you farted? So just pitch the white paper to me. How does it give you money for farting? You guys would be rich. You wouldn't be as rich as me because I'm farting all the time. I'm farting like nonstop. It captures the methane. There you go, man. There you go. What if you could capture your farts and then bring them to the recycling plant and sell them back to the grid? I don't know how you would capture them though. Some kind of machine, some kind of apparatus, I'm assuming. Bro ruined his deck with the apes and doesn't realize. Okay, Terry B2HQ. I'm going to guess that you've probably seen about 32 minutes of the game. Would you like to bet your chat life on whether or not we get a win? I'll play VIP or a permaban with you. Let's do it. Let's do a money spread right here. I've decided, can I just tell you something? I don't want to back off from this. All I want to say is I audited Terry. Terry is a first-time chatter who has become radicalized in 4 messages. They have 4 lifetime messages in the chat. They're all about this game. So permabanning someone who just got here is not like it's not a fair, it's bad stakes, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I didn't mean to get into a fight. That's how it always happens, Terry. That's how it always happens. And then now you got me perusing, man. Now you got me perusing because you're right. It's very difficult to raise the price of the stock right now, or of the shares. But with a new perk, just trigger a bunch of combos to get market value, bro. Terry vindicated? We'll see, man. That's all I'm gonna say is we'll see. There we go. You trigger the combo, you go down, and then you go all the way up. And then you go all the way up. Where are you at, Terry? Where are you at? Terry, the press is trying to reach you for comments. The press is saying it's Wednesday of week 4 and NL already beat the demo. Does Terry have PR? Does Terry have a representative who can issue a statement right now? All I said is it was a lot of apes. Okay, this is disingenuous. You said, bro ruined his deck with the apes and doesn't realize LOL. That's from, you're lucky I don't have the +2 extension, Terry. I'm not trying to rake you over the coals, Terry. I'm not trying to rake you over the coals. I'm just reading your message back to you, verbatim. Bro ruined his deck with the apes and doesn't realize LOL. You put an LOL at the end as if I'm something to be mocked. As if I'm a clown to be laughed at. And now you're denying that you wrote the message in the first place, which is interesting. I'm not trying to start beef, Terry. I never said LOL. I never went to you at work and said LOL. I never laughed out loud at your occupation. You laughed out loud at the ability that I have to do my job. And here we are, $658 delicious dollars over the target. Be easy enough to just say, I'm sorry. My guy is simply built different. Okay, that's how Gen Z apologizes. I'll take that. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate that. You've definitely laughed at me at a Costco. That is not true, and I'll take it one step further. I'm issuing a cease and desist because you're committing a libelous act. I would never laugh at someone at Costco. The fact that the business actually runs is incredible. Are you telling me that everything in the fucking store was placed there by a forklift? That's crazy. Do I laugh at Costco customers? No, man. No. I shake my head. The reactions that I have in Costco are the same as the reactions I have when I'm driving. I shake my head. I pound the steering wheel, or in this case, the handle of the cart, and go like, "What are you doing?" I would never laugh at the workers in a Costco. And you can back me up, and I'll tell you why. I've been recognized 2 times at a Costco. If one of you was the person who recognized me at the Costco, please, was I laughing? I probably had a smile on my face because I got recognized, but... Well, that's the end of the first run here. Pretty good, though. We got the 50-50 win rate! Let's do it! I'm not banning Terry. Terry, don't take this the wrong way, Terry. There's nothing to ban. You have 8 messages in chat. There's no stakes. You just got here today. It wouldn't be right to ban you on day 1. There's no consequences. When you threaten to ban someone who's been around for like 8 years, I mean, like, it shouldn't feel like there's consequences, but sometimes people do start to behave different. Okay, we need to have a good day tomorrow, but we can spend tokens on that. Save our tokens today. Oh my god, we have 14 tokens. That's nothing. Give me a bird, man. Terry, don't say anything. And give me a supply shock as well. Terry, don't type, okay? I won't be able to do 2 moves to create a combo. I could do 1 move. I think I'd be better off doing 1 remove. Guys, we just lost. Because this is going to trigger 3 times and the market is going to 0. I mean, we have to try to trade, otherwise we just lose. But I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be at like $40 by the end of today. Restart me. All right, we go again. This is it. This is the rubber match, Terry. This is the rubber match. Do Americans say rubber match? That's what we call a tiebreaker. Deleted cards raise market value. And then we'll take a peek at if we get the bull trap. We use bull trap to delete 2 cards. And the market's going up 18% just off that. Now there is a sick combo waiting to be unleashed here. But I think instead I'm just going to make sure we get 2 deletions. And I'll probably save the rest of my tokens. This is still a big update. Because every time we delete a card, we get plus 9%. We're going to delete 2 cards. That's plus 18%, and we're mostly green. We trade. How do you feel about that, Terry? How do you feel about that? Why is Terry public enemy number 1? They didn't really do anything. It's not their fault. I invested money into the stock market once, summer 2021. Big mistake. All right, now if you want to feel bad about it, look at your stocks in fall 2022. You want to feel even worse about it? Open up the same stocks that you sold at a loss now. That's gotta sting. Because I'm not trying to say I'm built different, but if you ride out that 2022, 2023 bear market, things were good for a while. And then they got really bad for like a month. And then they got like, it doesn't really make sense, but it's good again. But I think everybody's kind of like looking around at each other going like, is this thing on? Is this working? Like, not complaining necessarily, but more like, did you reverse the polarity on this thing? What's going on? Terry, can I get a gut check? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Terry, how are you feeling about the deck right now? Are you still here? /user Terry. Can I get an odds check, Terry, on how you feel about how we're doing? 10:31. It's 10:32. Okay, you gave a message a minute ago. I'll give you some more time. /user Terry. Terry B2H. Okay, well, you're coming up with, you know what? I trust you to say that we're goated right now. Well, oh my God, let me see what this says, man. The message starts with, well, considering. Well, considering you're at the helm, my sources are telling me you simply cannot lose. Nah, man, the glazing is crazy, but I'm living for it. I'm living for it. We can make it, man. Oh, shit. It's a horrific draw. You gotta go. You can stay in position 1. You gotta go. I'll spend all the tokens I have to spend. You obviously have to go. What the fuck, man? You can go. You can go. What the fuck, dude? You gotta go. Oh my God. Minus 8% price. It's my last spend. You gotta go. Another investor? Guys, I don't know if we make it. We got no combos. Terry, don't do this to me. %? Oh my God. Oh my God. In hindsight, I got a little greedy. But we crashed the market like crazy. We crashed it like crazy. If we had one more day, we probably would have become the richest man in the world. Danny Elfman asks, complimentary. Tag yourself in the This Is Halloween song from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I think I'm the vampires who come out like cuckoo clock style. That's our job, but we're not mean in this town of Halloween. I think I'm that guy. No, Terry, you're I am the one hiding under your bed. What does he say? Teeth like saws and a werewolf's head. He says some shit like that. I tried showing it to my family around Christmas and they hated it. Many of you at least were not alive in like 1994 or whatever, whenever that came out. The hype for The Nightmare Before Christmas was crazy. And then I watched it when it came to home video. And I was like, what the fuck is this garbage? But I was literally like 6 years old. So I think I need to go back and watch it, because anytime I see clips from it, I'm like, damn, this is like a fucking feat. This is an accomplishment that they made the movie at all, considering how much work it must have been, how laborious the process must have been to create the film. I gotta go watch it, man. Also, you guys might not know, because now Jack Skellington is everywhere. Like, there's girls named Sabrina who practice, like, Wiccan magic, who have, like, Jack Skellington plushies they hug to fall asleep. But, like, a few years after The Nightmare Before Christmas came out, it was like a cult classic. Like, nobody talked about it at all. And she wears Cookie Monster pants, exactly. It was, I wouldn't say it was forgotten, but it was like, it was only glazed by people whose favorite movie was Beetlejuice for like a decade. And now it's back in normie culture. That shit's in Kingdom Hearts, so I don't want to hear it. Kingdom Hearts came out in 2002, motherfucker! That's 7 years after the release of the movie in the first place. That's why I was like, oh shit, they're resurfacing the classics. They're opening the Disney vault. I get that if you're like 20, it seems like that shit came out at the same time. But if you were alive, there was like almost a decade wait in between the two properties, man. Like, I know there's 20-year-olds in here that are like, hey, did you see all 3 Lord of the Rings movies in theaters? Yeah, bro. And it was a fucking wait in between them. There were controversies surrounding the movies that popped up in between of the release. What the fuck did they do to Shelob, man? What do you mean they took Tom Bombadil out of the fucking... They took Tom Bombadil out of the Fellowship, man? There is like, I forget, Librarian, you might have to jog my memory on this one. There's like a Lord of the Rings forum, and you can read the posts that the Lord of the Rings heads were making in like 2000 and 2001 before Fellowship came out. And they were calling for Peter Jackson's head, man. They were like, the devil, the evil man, Peter Jackson, ruining our Lord of the Rings. Peter Jackson, who has they were all like Truth Social posts. The villain is Peter Jackson, who has never made a good film. He's a New Zealand merchant. Bad taste, is overrated. This is the one, they should have gotten Ron Howard. Ron Howard, great American director. He did Apollo 13, he would have put Tom Bombadil in it. It would have been beautiful. We get Peter Jackson, I don't even know what he's done. Meet the Feebles, I've never seen it. Kate Winslet, of course, famous for Titanic. From James Cameron, and we like the American side of James Cameron. The Canadian side we don't talk about. They're a very nasty country to deal with cinematically. We're placing tariffs on Meet the Feebles. We're placing tariffs on Bad Taste. We're placing tariffs on Dead Alive, even though I don't think that's Peter Jackson. This is a sponsored segment. Yeah, but the sponsors, at this point, they know what they're getting into. I mean, if you want the juicy viewership, you gotta let the streamer's personality fly. If you want someone who's just going to repeat the talking points the whole time, there's lots of people who will do that as well. But if it ends up in my business inbox, at this point, you got to know what you're getting yourself into, is basically my 2 cents. That's like a buyer beware type situation. /marker lost in random, the eternal die. Wake up, honey, a new roguelite dropped on June 17th, 2025. But it is not a deck builder. It is an isometric action roguelike inspired by fairy tales. It's called Lost in Random, The Eternal Die. This segment is brought to you by Thunderful Publishing. Thank you, Thunderful Publishing, for the sponsorship. We're going to check it out today for a couple hours. Let me read you the bullet points for what you should be looking for. It blends real-time action, tactical combat, and risk-reward dice mechanics. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. The original Lost in Random, I've had it on my Steam wishlist for, I think, 5 or 6 years. Because when it got announced, I saw literally the whole reason I put it on my wish list is because it was a roguelike where you roll a dice. So I put it on my wish list, and now every 2 months for the past 10 years, or 5 years, I've gotten emails that are like, it's available, it's on sale, you can pick it up now. But I've never gotten around to checking it out. But we're checking out the action roguelite version now. We got card-based abilities, elemental relics that change every time, and you unravel an original standalone story as Queen Alexandra, the once great ruler of Random, on a mission for vengeance and redemption. And I'm being told that Queen Alexandra is actually the villain from the original Lost in Random story. So I apologize if that's a spoiler if you've not played it. We're going to play on normal difficulty, and I am indeed using a controller. !lost to check out the game for yourself. You can also scroll down below the video player. There will be a panel that you can click on. Or if you're on YouTube, you can go to the description. There will be a link that you can click on as well. It's out on Steam and on consoles. It's been out for a couple of weeks, and it has very positive reviews. So I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Of the ancient black dye.
That's what my daughter's looking for in Minecraft, black dye. Does anyone know how to get black dye in Minecraft? Do I have to kill a squid? She's always asking me, but I don't know how to do that stuff, man. Squid ink, okay. She's always asking me, like, how do I get an ocelot in Minecraft? And I'm like, I don't know. And I can tell I'm like losing aura. She's like, haven't you been playing the game since 2010? And I'm like, well, kind of. Jungle biomes. Apparently it's also on Game Pass. There you go. Go check it out on Game Pass. I appreciate that. The Don does not concern himself over ocelots. Dice throw attack. Hold circle, aim with left to throw fortune and deal area damage. Mogged. I'm afraid. And it rolled a 2. Oh my god, it rolls and it shows you what the number is. Maybe you start your combo by throwing the dice and whatever result you get from the dice influences what's going to happen on like your next attack or something. Wait a second. This might be the GOAT. Damage is based on it as well as perks. That's crazy. And then you could get relics that modify the faces of the die so that you always roll the number you want to roll, and then you spec into the things that give you the bonuses when you roll the number that you fixed on the dice.
Who are you?
This could be crazy.
I've done for you. Well,
Molt.
the night, the body of the black die.
I'm not even sweating that, man.
Then stop playing
Your body is a
around and
wonderland.
face
One
my
pair of
vengeance.
candy lips and your bubblegum tongue.
Will play.
Jigsaw. You look like one of the sentinels that they sent to destroy the Nebuchadnezzar. That's what I would say if I was in this situation. Buddy, you look like a sentinel that failed to destroy the Nebuchadnezzar before they activated their EMP.
The queen enters the ball.
Yeah, the queen, meet the Don. Juggler of poisons. Equip ancient cards to unleash their magical powers. Alexandra can only carry one card at a time. Hold and release. You can throw the cards. Ooh. Release, and it's got a quick time event when you throw it. Release during the flash for a perfect card attack. Card attacks cost energy. Collect energy by hitting enemies with a weapon. Okay. All right.
Easy come, easy go.
That's kind of sick. Break them. I will say one thing. It's not meant to be a criticism. I don't like how when you destroy things in your own base, you get coins. Because I think that I'm a parent. I got to think about like the future generation. I think that incentivizes kids who might be watching to mess up the house that they live in, which might be my house. I think once you're in the dungeon, you can start cracking pots and get rewarded, but I don't want them to be incentivized to be cracking pots like, you know, in the living room or whatever. Coffers contain old forgotten magical treasures. Place relics and pearls on the board. You arrange the cubes that you get as rewards as well. It's got every sticky mechanic, man. It's got every sticky mechanic. I love all the systems that work so far. The inventory match 3,
Welcome to the sanctuary.
cards, rolling dice, action roguelike mechanics, exclamation point lost in chat.
Sanctuary?
Yeah,
You know me though.
it is.
You might say like it's too easy to be a skipper. I promise you it's not. People were sending me like death threats when I was not talking to their crush in Hades. It's just who I am, man. Just who I am. I'm a skipper in dialogue in a mechanics-driven game.
There's something about it.
Inspiration by the 3 statues?
That wonderful smell.
You guys want some cookies?
And yet,
Blessing.
do you want to regain your strength?
Each slot offers 2 blessings. Only one can be active at a time. A journal granted by chance. Open the journal. It just says, I love my wife. I don't think I've ever heard a Chance the Rapper song, to be honest. That's stolen valor.
Let's pay a visit to my dear cousins.
Ashley in chat, I'm performing an AI check. Chat, in order to check this, you need to not type what I'm about to say, chat. So please work with me on this one. Ashley, if you are not an AI, please type your favorite Italian cheese right now. Wait, oh, hang on. We have a reply. My favorite Italian cheese is that one called Pecorino Romani or something. Let me see what my card is. You're safe for now. Skip it, skip it, skip it. The head of an ancient mechanized pawn named Rack. Supposedly there's a body somewhere. I know where the body is, man. One pair of candy lips and your bubblegum tongue. If you want love, we'll make it. Swim in a deep sea of blankets. We really let him off with a half rhyme on that one, right? Wait, him in the DMs. Take all your big plans and break them. This is bound to be a while. Him when he actually gets to your house. Sorry, that's never happened before. I guess I just got too excited. By the way, this is sponsored by Thunderful Publishing. Thank you, Thunderful Publishing, for the sponsorship. I'm having a great time playing Lost in Random The Eternal Die so far. I'm taking damage because I'm doing the shoutouts. That's how much I respect the document, okay? I'm so lost in random right now. I'm so lost in you, little dice. What's your favorite 38 Special song? That I never could suspect a thing, and it's easy to see. I can't hit that note. Where do you stand on Counting Crows? I think Counting Crows, the band, is not good. But I think Mr. Jones is a very, like, I mean this positively, takes me right back to the 1990s. That's it's one of the many examples, I would say, of, it's just one man's opinion. Bad band, great song. Like a 9 out of 10 song from like 5 out of 10 bands. He's got a couple more. Like I'm trying to think of the other Counting Crows songs. I've been hanging around this town on the corner. For way. When you ask Adam DeRitz what he wants in his protein shake, how about the combo tour of Blues Travelers and the Gin Blossoms? I don't know, man. To be honest with you, Blues Traveler might be the worst band that I actually kind of like. I listened to so much Blues Traveler in the car with my dad, like 1998 to 2004. Anytime I hear a song start with like an insane harmonica run, it's time to party. That boy can sing. You're not wrong about that. The boy can sing, man. Didn't Blues Traveler go insane and get obsessed with doxing a guy on Twitter a few years ago? Yeah, but maybe he was given the runaround. It's a surefire way to keep things up.
I didn't.
When all it does is slow me down. I know what you're talking about. Okay, hang on. We need something big here. All attack damage against Mayor and his higher servants, or all attack damage against regular foes, please. We take those. And you gave me more cinders? I took an arrow to the freaking heart? I can't afford it still. I guess I could increase the stagger. No, I can't, because I gotta buy level 1 first, man. Okay, take me in. We're gonna have a better performance this time. How about increase your swagger? People never say that anymore, man. People don't talk about swag anymore. All right, this time, we're going the distance.
Alma's blessings are working.
Alma's blessings? Call that Gamjatong? Okay, it's whip up a roaring tempest that inflicts chill. Don't leave. Obviously, you're gonna take, man. There you go. We're gonna poke and prod you. We are going through a swag drought, man. Nice try. Now I have a spear as well. So I mog you, quite honestly, I mog you. Bro, I can summon a freaking tornado. What could your response to that possibly be? Oh wait, you don't have one. Lyndon B. Johnson had swag, but he used it for nefarious means. It's giving, I can't remember, was it Bruno or Borat? Where he asked the one of the Spice Girls if Ava Perón had girl power. Oh no, it's Eric Andre asking if Margaret Thatcher had girl power. It took a second to reappear in my head. That's really good.
Do you think Margaret Thatcher had girl power?
Yes, of course.
Do you think she effectively utilized girl power by funneling money to illegal paramilitary death squads in Northern Ireland?
I don't know about that.
They gotta get that guy off the Righteous Gemstones, man. I've seen the end of season 2. I know he's not there anymore. Oh, he's on the Righteous Gemstones? Brother, he's on the Righteous Gemstones. He plays John Dory in Trolls Band Together. That dude's everywhere right now.
The lesser servant of Mare.
Hang on, guys. It's a lesser servant of Mare. Ouch. We throw the dice. We take an absolutely staggering amount of damage. We pick up our dice. We throw our dice back. I'm going to die to this fool again. I refuse. I refuse. We throw the dice at him. I should just be dashing when I'm lightning. I should not be standing still. Oh my god. Oh my god, do something.
The more you hoped, the richer.
This is embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing getting hit 7 times on like a mini boss on biome 1 of a roguelike. This one, if I don't beat the first boss on this one, I have to have some kind of punishment. It's not going to be doing the make debut dance from Uma Musume, though. Like, I have to have some kind of skin in the game, otherwise I don't think I'm going to lock in. Why not? Because I really, really don't want to do it. I don't want to do the dance. Or the DANCE, just because I did it too much. Circa, like, 2007, probably, if I had to guess. Like, I did it so much, the way it moves ain't even a mystery anymore. Relic Coffer, perfect card attacks inflict poison. Carrying Fortune grants a chance to shoot a firework. I think we want perfect card creates poison. Because we have a tendency to overemphasize the perfect card throw. The perfect smoky eye. What is the perfect smoky eye from? I think it's from Michelle Wolf's White House Correspondents' Dinner in like 2017. It's been a... It's just one of those things where like the stim has stayed in my brain for so long that I've forgotten the original source, but I'm pretty sure that that's right.
I actually really like Sarah. I think she's very resourceful. Like, she burns facts, and then she uses that ash to create a perfect smoky eye. Like, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's lies. It's probably lies.
Chat, my daughter... Kate, I don't know if you're in the chat. My daughter, our daughter, I should say, keeps asking me to play songs from K-pop Demon Hunters, but I don't even know how to ask for it. Like yesterday when we were playing in her room, she was like, Dad, can I tell you something? And I went, of course. And then she went, I've had a song stuck in my head all day. And then I went, oh, what song? And she went, it's one of the ones from K-pop Demon Hunters. And I went, oh, do you know what it's called? And then she said, no. And I said, is it Soda Pop? And she said, no, it's by Huntrix. And then I went, all right, I think you got the wrong guy. So maybe I could use your help. It's Golden's the song she loves. Okay. I'll pick her up today with Golden blasting in the car. It'll be a huge aura game. How does she know? She kind of watched it with Kate. She watched the songs and then like was just reading books during the scary scenes. Oh, I forgot it's boss fight time. This is where I have to lock in. I want to take no damage until the very end, then get down to getting one tapped and then go beast mode. That's my strat. Nice, nice, good job. Yeah, really good job. Spam him. Okay, you've taken a lot of damage, actually. Okay, you continue to take damage, but just from standing in the red, man. You know why? Because I'm mashing the quick attack button, trying to get the 4-piece. Okay, One-tapped? That's me. I'm describing myself as one-tapped. Nice try, kid. Oh!
Your defeat has never.
It's because I'm locking myself into the combo, mashing the quick attack
Let
button.
Mare use my past to beat
This
me,
game's
Fortune.
great, but they should make a second level. All right, you kind of got me with that one, though. You kind of got me. You can't wear a crown until you successfully complete a run, so I'm not worried about that. 2 attacks in a row. Who do you think you are, a mini boss? That's actually how people talked about games in like 2001. We'd be like, this boss attacks 2 times in a row. It's the hardest video game that's ever been made. It should be illegal for it to be made. We've come a long way, man. Unfortunately. It was easier back then. That's my thing, Magresta, by the way. I don't know if they were a bot. I'm like 90% sure they were, but the 10% of me is like, I don't want that person to be like, what? I guess I talk like a bot. And lose like all self-confidence. But like, if your bot isn't funny, then it just seems like you're performing a social experiment at our expense, which is like, can they discover, can they sniff out? This guy's been so negative about AI, I bet he can't even tell when a chatter's AI. And then instantly everybody was like, what are you talking about? Why are you writing like that? Why are you writing like that? I apologize if you're not a bot, okay? That you didn't do anything to deserve this. And your favorite Italian cheese is also probably my favorite Italian cheese. So we'll always have that. Hold. It's actually doable. It's not easy. Oh my god, it bounced off the wall. Oh my god, it bounced off the wall. His spear bounced off the wall, man. Scheiße, mein Chunk is leaving. It makes me laugh every time, man.
This hurts.
Skip. More max health. More max health.
Give my best to Ema.
Change weapons or upgrade them. We're going to win. We're going to win. Guy who thinks LBJ is LeBron James. That's a pretty good bit, man. Yo, LBJ. LBJ Championship Run 2016 was goated, man. When LeBron James hit the Duty of Dignity calls in the 2016 finals, greater than sign. Perfect attack cards increase weapon damage, or a defeated foe increases weak on nearby foes, or upon upon rolling a 1 or a 2 fortune erupts volcanic stones. I appreciate you guys letting me get away with like 4 misspeakings, but 5 in a row is way too much. I can't accept that. I beat this game, is very good. Thank you for saying that. Also, I agree thus far. Also, quit bragging. I've lost to the first boss like, I think 5 times. Actually, sometimes I haven't even made it to the first boss, which is very embarrassing. Silence, I mog you. I guess that's Zoomer, Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. We're locking. 24 karat gold, la-boo-boo. Any second now, you're gonna be like, I can't handle the smoke, so you're gonna get your wife to get you out of it. I've been there. I know what it's like. But that means I'm saving my mana because you're about to be out of here. Nice try. Yep, there he goes. He's doing his animation to call his wife. Wife summoned? I mean, I'm in your damn walls. That was the best damage I've ever done. You're done, bud! This is actually the one. Oh my god, it's literally easy. It's literally easy. I think I got hit 2 times. Relic coffer, rare, 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 rare. No cap on a stack. I know what no cap means. What does on a stack mean? A stack is, well, a rack is 10 Gs, right? So a stack is also 10 Gs. It's when there's 64 of
You
them.
understand what I'm saying?
A stack is 100. A rack is bigger than a stack. It's their way of saying I would bet money on it. A rack is 1,000. I always thought a rack, I guess when people reference a rack, they normally say I dropped 10 racks on that. A band is 10K? It's hard to keep it straight, man. A band, a rack, a man, a plan, a canal, Panama. Like it gets more confusing every day. A bill's also 1,000. Brotherman Bill gets so much paper his face should be on a bill. La da 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 da. Oh man, they gotta bring that song back. Old meme? It's not an old meme. I was listening to the song like over the past week. It's so close to being a good song and may actually be a good song, but I'm not confident saying that. But I do think it's very listenable. It's better than everything the Counting Crows have done, except for Mr. Jones. I'll tell you that much. What about Accidentally in Love from Shrek 2? Oh, hell no. Nephew's bringing his anchored childhood musical taste into his adult life. Nah, it's cool. Keep some whimsy alive. By the time Shrek 2 came out, I was listening to Apologies by the Queen Mary because I'm a little older, so you wouldn't catch me saying that, but what was your Shrek 2? Maybe Spider-Man 1? I thought Hero was legitimately like one of the top 50 songs ever made. So many gold. I think you could use that as like as a tech if you fail a bit. If you ever like misspeak, but you catch your misspeak before the group call catches your misspeak, you can go like a very blurry blurtation da 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 da. It might work. It's like rolling when you hit the ground. And then if they're still trying to make fun of you for misspeaking, just like sing it louder and louder. Brotherman Bill promotes the show, you know the place is gonna be filled. Da 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 da. Most annoying guy in the call. I'll stop doing it when you stop laughing. I knew it. You. We take those. We beat the second boss. That one was kind of close. We take those though. It's never gonna end. Yes, yes, yes. Da 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 da. Nothing here. Scammed. Lurker husk. Stims all the way down, man. This one, pink, would have been good too. We still could, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. Let's try it. Purple dye. Purple dye. Then we can put trash in the middle. Da 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 da. Not even. My heart's not in it anymore.
Game of hazards.
Why is your head so massive? Twitch staff in chat, Wrench, that's an IP ban, right? I'm being shamed for bodily conditions that I can't control. That's an IP ban. That's not an account ban. That's an IP ban, right? I'm being body shamed. Healing altar? Not yet. Healing altar. Chicken Jockey soundbite is like a tumor in this man's brain. Yeah, but like a good tumor. Like how in the movie Phenomenon, John Travolta had a brain tumor, but it made him like cracked at chess until he died of the tumor. But for like a bit, he was aura farming, man. I don't know if you've seen the movie. You probably heard the song though. If I could change the world, I would be the sunlight in your universe. You know that one? That movie sucks? Yeah, it's pretty bad. It goes kind of hard when you're like 8 and stupid though. And if you think that it's actually going to be like an alien invasion movie, which is what I thought it was. Not invasion, but like a First Contact type movie. Making a thumbnail right now. Can you pose real quick? What face would you like me to make, Chibli? I've got a few different thumbnail faces. We got this one in the bag is this one. And then there's like, you won't believe what happens on this run. And then there's like, can you believe this happened? Something like that. Gen Z X-Files, the Zinning Man. The Z-Files. What the fuck, man? What? That's all right, actually. Holy shit, man, I got some Roma tomatoes and they're so fucking good. Guy who gets Roma tomatoes and Rotten Tomatoes confused. What the hell? Roma tomatoes gave my... there's no joke. There's no joke can work. I challenge you to come up with a punchline that could... It doesn't make any sense. Da 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 da. Critical hits inflict poison. I can live with it. Leaves us with kind of like an orphan purple down at the bottom, but it does give us a 3% luck bonus. 3 is so much smaller than 50, man. Can I say, the older I get, the more I relate to the people who thought like a quarter pounder had more meat than a 1/3 pounder. It's just too much shit to keep track of, man. When you're like in school and you have less responsibilities, of course you're like smart about everything. When you got like people to take care of and shit to do, it gets harder. Also, did we really used to live in a world where a quarter pound patty was like a staggeringly large size of a patty? The 12 rounds of COVID killed him? COVID, the long way. The long way. Unironically, no, I don't think I have long COVID. I think my brain's just like getting worse. The engine's getting worse, but the driver's getting like a lot better at using it. I'll tell you that much. Also, there's literally no way my brain gets worse now that I think about it, because I do the dulls like 5 times a week. And they say playing little games like that is good for keeping up your neuroplasticity. Horse girls kind of petrify it though. That's 100% true. That's why, like, I mean, Apollo, I know how he runs his stream. He's like he's a boomer and a buster. I think you have to space out the horse girl, otherwise you do run the risk of actually like irreparably harming your cognitive health. Do you feel like you're at the fork in the road of gacha or variety? No, man. That's the northernlion promise, dude. I hope if you've been around for a long time, you know, nothing ever takes over. When Isaac was big, the number of people who would come in when we were not playing Isaac and be like, play Isaac was out of control. If I had listened to their advice, I'd be in the dirt right now. I'd be in a lot of trouble. So I'm like, DL Guiga, are you here? I'm like buying a covered calls ETF, okay? Which is frowned upon for long-term investing, but forgive the metaphor. You lose some of the upside of price discovery, because when the market goes way up, we're selling like covered call, or selling covered puts or something like that in order to generate an income stream. But honestly, when it goes down, when we're in a drought, we're generating an income stream from selling covered calls. Nobody knows what you're talking about? I mean, to be honest, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I think I flubbed the metaphor. Variety is one of the central pillars of the Private Equity Presents Northernlion stream business model. And it always will be. NL stream like the weather, man. Don't like what you're watching, wait 10 minutes. Or rather like 2 days instead. Haven't done variety in 2 months, I might be cooked. Chibli, I crashed out at one of my chatters. Because there's a big anti-horse game contingent in my Discord. Which is fine. Everyone's got opinions. You don't have to like the horse game. Some of the ways that they argue against the horse game I find disingenuous. I don't think enjoying the horse game makes you a criminal or means you should be put on a list. If Justin said it, I would support him saying it, but a random chatter, no, I don't support that. But the chatter I almost crashed out on, or rather the Discord member I almost crashed out on, said Chiblee hinted yesterday, like that you hinted like it was a Marvel like post-credits scene or something like that. Chiblee hinted yesterday that Horse Game might be over, which may mean a return to variety. I hope he plays Peak. And I had to step in there because I don't know what it is, but they've been letting people get away with intellectual dishonesty in their arguments online. How is Peak variety? He's played a lot of Peak. That's not variety. It's fine. It's not bad, but it's just Peak. I played Peak twice, bro. It's not variety. It's not variety is all I'm saying. You could get more varied. You should be playing insider trading, Chiblee. You should be playing insider trading. Variety's easy, man. Just do a sponsored stream. Can we do pizza tonight? I genuinely checked to see if it was my wife that wrote that. I mean, I would do pizza tonight if she's asking, but we don't have to. I think I might just be craving pizza because I'm like really hungry right now. I would be absolutely content with sushi night as well. You know what you never hear anyone say anymore? I feel like chicken tonight, like chicken tonight. They got rid of that, man. They put out a hit on the shake and bake chicken ad that went multi-platinum in 1997. Chicken Tonight got a 30% on Roma tomatoes. See, now they're bringing it back. Right, Chiblee? Guy who thinks, what is the Derpina joke again? Guy who thinks patina is Derpina? I don't know, I kind of lost it. Get me out of the swamp! I lost. Guy who thinks the word for Latinas is Derpinas. Yes, that's right. This is not a joke. I actually need my dice. And don't be one of those guys who says it's called a die. We're past that, okay? In 2025, we're past that. Read a book. Fuck you. And then don't be one of those guys. I'm not even looking at chat. I swear it to you, but I just know, you know, it's ain't my first day on the internet. Don't be one of those guys who says recently the Oxford English Dictionary said that both are okay. Okay? That's another kind of guy that I don't want you to be right now. Get him? Then hit him with one of those. 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 Huge misses. Didn't land a single attack. What am I doing? Why am I standing right next to him? They're calling it the worst place to stand. No!
I win.
We could have easily beaten them, man. Could have easily beaten them. Either way, this is Lost in Random the Eternal Die. I had a great time. I think they've got a collection of awesome systems here. I had a lot of fun. Thunderful Games, thank you for the sponsorship. Check the game out for yourself. Exclamation point Lost. Steam, I believe consoles, also on Game Pass. I heard the chicken jockey screaming back at me. There he is, something like that. We held out our picks and met the stone. Green, ground, ground. We said goodnight to y'all. Oh shit, 1 second. That might work, man. Hawking up into the sky. Bing, bing, bing. Stopping at the hawk end. Heading down. The tour grabbed my hawk. I too were tied. That could work, man. Yeah, that's pretty good. We said goodbye to the girl. Dude, can you sell gifted subscriptions? I guess Twitch can, but that's how we got ourselves into this mess in the first place. I think right now I'm actively subscribed to like, I guess it's passively subscribed because I didn't get it, but I'm subscribed to like 20 VTubers, man. I'm still getting like at least one email a day that's like, you've been given a gifted subscription, and it's always every single time it's a VTuber. It's crazy, man. Wish I could just pay it forward. I just wish I could. I guess I could sell my account. It's gonna cost you. I'm gonna be honest, because this is like my job. You might be better off getting Amazon Prime and using the Prime sub for that. I think you're gonna be offended by the asking price. Then I don't blame you because it ain't worth it. Here's my favorite game. And the stakes are high when you're looking from behind. James Franco or Mark Ruffalo? You look like James Franco to me, but it's hard to tell. You got like Mark Ruffalo's hair, but James Franco's face. I don't know what this is. It looks like it has the cinematography of a Paul Thomas Anderson. Are you... I don't know what you would be. Let's be honest. Are you Licorice Pizza? I don't know who that is. Licorice Pizza? Alice in Wonderland 2010? Spider-Man 3? Slacker? Slacker's in black and white, I think. Blackberry? That's Mark Ruffalo, bro. Laura Dern, Naomi Watts. I mean, am I stupid? Is this going to be a David Lynch movie and I'm going to be outed as someone who doesn't know what he's talking about? We don't live here anymore? What? I mean, I've heard of it. I mean, it's kind of like a not noteworthy film. That's a really tough one, man. Compression. Different types of socks. Crew socks, ankle socks, compression socks, dress socks. That might be a Mariah. Kinds of socks. Never mind. Connecticut. Silent letters. Parse. A cut. Snip. Pair. Lop. Ends with a synonym for cut. That's crazy. For clip. Ends in synonym for clip. Huge. Foundation. Bottom, base, foundation, foot. The lowest layer of something. Ring, buzz, shout, knock. Oh, to go around to somebody's flat. To go around to somebody's flat. We don't live here anymore? That's damn true. When someone buzzes, knocks, or whatever the other words were, we don't live here anymore. This place is like Mark Ruffalo, Naomi Watts, Laura Dern, and Peter Krause in the mid-2000s. We don't live here anymore, mate. June 4th, 2010. I had just graduated from college and was in an existential crisis. Paramount Pictures had just put out a film starring Mike Myers. This must be the Love Guru, man. No? It must be, is it Shrek? It is Shrek 4? 2010, too late? Maybe, because I remember in Korea in 2011, I worked with a guy who I didn't really get along with very well. And legit, his favorite movie was The Love Guru, which was crazy. He was like 33, I was like 24, and I was like, I didn't know they made 33-year-olds like that at the time. Now he's, in a sense, now I'm the older man, but Tommy Lee Jones ass. Universal starring Jonah Hill. I feel like this is 10 items or less, which is actually called 30 minutes or less, which is actually an adventure comedy music film starring Jonah Hill. Oh, it's Get Him to the Greek. Listen, I know it's hip these days to say it as a cursed cast because it really does. The movie is still, it's really funny, man. It's a good movie. If you can get over the fact that there's a convicted sex criminal in like every scene, and it's not just Diddy. I don't want to get in trouble. I think Russell Brand's just been accused. Oh, nah, he got sentenced. Did he or did Diddy, or are we talking about Russell as well? Warner Brothers, 73 mil. Sarah Jessica Parker. Sex in the City 2, where they go to Dubai. Yep. Couldn't have been anything else. They went crazy on the cover for this. Holy shit, man. That, you know what? It looks so much like an Uma Musume ult, man. It looks like Sarah Jessica Parker just hit her fucking ult on the final stretch, dude. Behold the duty of the divine fucking emperor, man. No, my brain is not rotted. This is how they shoot the scenes for the ults, man. Or how they stage them, at least. I guess they don't really shoot them. I'm not calling Sarah Jessica Parker a horse. I get mad when people do that. She's pretty. She's pretty. You guys are the fuckers who made Jennifer Grey get rhinoplasty, and now she shows up in that Kieran Culkin movie, and I'm like, who's this lady? She sounds familiar. And then I'm like, that's Jennifer Grey? What happened? Like KD said, what are we doing to our beautiful women? Was that on his alt, or was that on his... Was he just going in like raw like that? Rawr. Indonesia. No, man. Pasta soup? This can't not be Italy, man. That's minestrone soup. That might be like a top 5 most consumed soup worldwide. Well, okay, worldwide is crazy because I'm sure like the top 5 are like Indian and Chinese soups. But like in North America, let's take the sample down a little bit. Right? In North America, I bet minestrone's up there, man. What do you think's number 1 in North America? Chicken noodle, I think, would clear. It's not my favorite, but I think it's probably chicken noodle tomato or tomato chicken noodle. Chicken noodle, I gotta move on. And yeah, of course I'm gonna yum minestrone soup, bro. I'm not gonna pay restaurant prices for it, but yeah. It's a festive, vibrant meal. Yeah, it looks really vibrant. Rice water and kimchi. It is rice shower. I can't escape it, man. I can't escape it. Okay, peanut oil, coconut milk, coriander leaves. It's like Thai. It's Southeast Asian, but I don't know where in Southeast Asia. Maybe we'll try Cambodia. That's warm. Northwest of Cambodia? Like Myanmar? That's Stingyan rice, man. The thing I'll hang my reputation on, I answer every question honestly, okay? I think this one I would probably pass. This, I can get down with that. A bowl of that, I can get down with that. This, I'm not sure I can get down with that, to be honest with you. Stir-frying cooked rice. Okay, but why is it submerged in water? It's rice? It's rice with a glass of water poured on top of it. It's for the water festival. Okay, but like, I guess what I'm asking is, does it taste good? Slop them up. They can't stop you from ordering kimchi bokkeumbap and a glass of water. This looks Korean. This bowl is Korean. This is naengmyeon, bro. No, it's not. Well, maybe it is. Either way, this is from South Korea. It's kongguksu. Naengmyeon is not soba noodles, right? It is a Korean-ass bowl, 100%. They'll be serving soups in these for sure. Can I say, my wife's been sick for like a week and a bit now, right? She's sending me to Asian supermarkets for Korean soups. She married the right motherfucker. Because I can read Hangul. Now, do I occasionally have to send her a photo from the H Mart and be like, which one of these do you want? Yes, but that's because she tells me what she wants, and I read the Hangul, and I go, none of these are exactly what she said. So then I send her a photo of the Sulentong, and the Yukgaejang, and the Miyokguk, and the Gamjatong, and the Galbitong, and I send it to her, and I say, which one of these would you like? Who said learning Hangul is a waste of time? Honestly, if you're bored tonight, instead of looking at your phone, you should memorize the Korean alphabet. You can literally do it in conservatively 2 hours. Realistically, hour and a half. Why would I do that? Because it's better for you than looking at your phone. And then next time you play a video game where there's like a map in Korea, you'll be like, oh my God, that says PC bong. That's what you can annoy everybody else in the voice call. That place right there that says PC bong, that means PC room. It doesn't make me speak Korean though. Yeah, but if you ever find yourself like in Korea, it'll help you get around, man. Because like at least 10% of Korean words come from English as well. So take it from a guy who lived there. I learned a little bit of Korean. Do not write penis in Hangul in my chat, okay? You can write gochu, and I'll +2 you. You cannot write penis. I take it from a guy who lived in Korea. Knowing English and knowing the Korean alphabet, It was free real estate. Let's put it that way. It's a free lunch. Because every once in a while, you'd be like, I'm really hungry. And then you would walk into like a restaurant and be like, I don't know what any of this shit is. And then you start sounding it out and you go, oh shit. Bagel, Hana Juseo. And then everyone, they lose their fucking minds. They go fucking crazy for it. You farm a lot of aura. Brother, your accent? If I start speaking, listen, if I start speaking in unaccented Korean, you guys are going to start telling me it's problematic. So I have to keep my white accent when I speak Korean. Because if I start busting out the, I can't even do it because you're going to accuse me. Even though it's part of the natural speak, you're going to accuse me. If I start doing the whine at the end of the sentence, you're going to be like, that's not okay. I'm going to be like, that's how it's written. With the tildes. Also, maybe this is not okay. Every single Korean panel show that has one white guy from either England or the United States of America that speaks perfect fucking Korean, I fucking hate that guy. And it's a different guy every time. I hate him in every single fucking show. Every time that I feel like he's just there to be like, holy shit, white boy reacts to content in perfect Korean. It's every, and then same with every reality show, even in Physical 100. They're like, we got 3 Americans. You wish you were him? In 2011, yeah. 2025, I'm all right. But no, more power to him. Do you wear a Psycho presage? Presage? Yes, I do. That's a watch head right there, man. I do wear a Psycho presage cocktail time. In dark green. OMG, same? What? The dude at Roldorf & Co. told me it was one of one, man. $150,000 watch. Act broke, stay rich, bitch. Yeah, it's not $150,000. Just for the record. Not these days. You usually pay 200% because you can only get it on the used market, on the pre-owned market. It's like $500. Me going into a money spread. Oh yeah, how about this? I got your weekly rent on my wrist. You think I'm sweating it? I could stay in your apartment for a week with just this. Just the shit on my fucking wrist. I could sleep in your room for a week. Just know who you're dealing with. I have no idea, by the way. I have no clue. But absolutely no idea where to put any of these, man. Which one of these has the most? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. So, 2 of these are in Canada. Jollibee and I think maybe Wingstop. And then worldwide, I don't know if any of these have a big presence worldwide, except obviously Jollibee is from the Philippines. I don't know. I feel like maybe Jollibee is popular throughout Asia now. Now, there's not going to be many in the US, though. There's probably going to be, I bet there's less than 25 Jollibees in America right now. And please, can you source this and then give me after I finish, I'll look at chat and see. I'm trying to do my Fermi estimate. I feel like I've been to the United States. In-N-Out is a regional chain, which will probably put it lower because it mostly exists on the West Coast. That being said, White Castle is nowhere, I think. Wingstop seems like one of those things that pops up in every... They're not even malls. You know how there used to be malls, but now there's just parking lots with like a bunch of stores surrounding the cars? But there seems to be a Wingstop in every single one of those. I'm going to assume Texas Roadhouse is a little bit less popular and a little bit more regional. And then I'm just going to flex Panera up to the top. So I'm going to go Panera, Jollibee, Wingstop, Roadhouse, In-N-Out, White Castle. I would move Wingstop to the top and Jollibee to third. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. How many Jollibees? 76 in the US. Damn, I was way off. I didn't know there were more Wingstops than Paneras, man. Where the fuck are the Wingstops? Whenever I'm driving in Washington State, I feel like I see like 7 Wingstops at every mall that no cars are at, which is not me saying the business is not successful. But you know, like the good malls that have the Cheesecake Factory, they don't seem to have Wingstop. But the mall that's like, it's still got a tanning salon in it in 2025, there's always like a Wingstop and then like a Burgermeister or something. I've never eaten at a wings-focused restaurant, man. I would be down. Chiblee, we should both fly to LA at the same time and go to a Wingstop. And the Long John Silver's. Don't go to Long John Silver's? I gotta go once, man. I gotta go once. This should be easy. Burger versus burger should be easy. This burger looks better. Crazy. Insane. Duck-loaded fries. It's got to be the fries on this one. It's got so much holy shit sauce. The potatoes look fire, but the gyro, with God as my witness, may be the best looking food I think I've ever seen in Scrandle. It's the pita is tearing. I'd like to remove some marks for that, but that looks pretty damn good for Scrandle, man. I mean, it's obviously that, but like the picture was throwing me off a little bit. This one's throwing me off too. Why they cranked up the saturation or something, man? Kielbasa zibulka I gorkim konservlidman. Again, not a virtue signal. I would definitely rather have this price agnostic. This doesn't look too bad. I feel like there's a Scrandle bias against sausages that aren't in hot dog buns. They seem to love the fried chicken with sauce. Yeah, okay. Onion sandwich versus cheesy chips. I don't think the onion sandwich can win, man. Like the cheesy chips, they need to add some more garnish or something. But served in a damn naan. I gotta go with that. 71% is kind of criminal, but horrible looking pizza versus the fried teardrop. That's a given. The pork and stuffing roll with crackling, also low key, kind of looks fire. I think that they, honestly, no disrespect to Reading FC, I think the service worker fucked this one. If they sliced the bun down here, and now this looks too big in proportion to this, like this looks like it's going to fall apart. If they sliced it there, we might be having a conversation. But I think they sliced it too low, and now it just doesn't look right. We're going to take that one. 18%! It looks fucking good! What's... And the fucking cheesy chips and naan, 71%? That's what I'm saying? It looked fucking good, man! 18% good? Okay, now do the cheesy chips. Now do the cheesy chips, mate. Yeah, it's served in a fucking naan. Epiphytes, ficus, national symbols of India, plant common names, sacred trees in Hinduism, trees in Buddhism. An Indian tree. Blowing through the corners of my mind. From the Grand Coulee Dam to the Capitol. I don't know, man. I was just going to write ficus again. The baobab tree. That's a bow. Chinese music in the banyan tree. You fucked me, Steely Dan. You should have said Indian music in the banyan tree. Angular banjos sound good to me. Do 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 do. You know what I'm talking about? My roommate loves Steely Dan. You got a good one. It's just a shame I got his weekly rent on my wrist right now. Nah, I don't know. You might live someplace more expensive than that. It depends where you... It's just a callback. It's just a callback. Oh. They should do the Oscars 5 years later. It's actually an interesting idea, but I think the problem is it plays into the idea that eventually the cultural canon is ossified when in reality it's constantly in flux. Like there's movies right now from the 90s that are like popping off bigly as cult classics. The idea that we have, because right now it's not 2025 for us, it's the present, is that it's going to be that way forever. But it's constantly ebbing and flowing, man. Like here's the thing. If they redid the Oscars from last year, what wins Best Picture? Maybe it's still Lenora. But I'm inclined to say that Conclave is actually it's risen in the cultural memory, maybe because of the fact that the Pope also did die, which is kind of like not fair. Like I mean, when you can predict the future, it's pretty easy to make salient films, I guess. He's a god. He's an idiot. He what? Dude, that was a really good day of kind of hard golf. The one that's crazy, though, what were the movies that Forrest Gump beat out for Best Picture? Didn't it beat out like Pulp Fiction, The Shawshank Redemption, and like 2 other amazing films to win Best Picture? Quiz Show as well. Quiz Show is so fucking underrated, man. That's my favorite Robert Redford directed movie. This again? You don't like when I talk about Quiz Show? You don't like when I talk about Ralph Fiennes' incredible turn as Charles Van Doren and John Turturro as the other guy? And then the detective who does an awesome job in the movie and then is never in anything that's ever been made ever since? Beat out Ed Wood, too. That's good. It's rare that the worst movie of the nominees wins, man. All 4 of those clear Forrest Gump. Hang on, I got to see Crash Best Picture. I got to see what else was nominated against Crash. Which, by the way, in 2005 when the Oscars took place, I wanted Crash to win Best Picture. I thought it was the deepest movie ever made, but I was also 16 or something. 2005 Oscars Best Picture. 2004 Oscars Best Picture. 2006 Oscars Best Picture. Crash beats Brokeback Mountain, Capote, Good Night and Good Luck, and Munich. Brokeback is really up there in the cultural canon right now. Capote's good, and Philip Seymour Hoffman won for Best Actor, which he probably should have. Although he did beat Terrence Howard for Hustle and Flow. And then what was, I don't know if I've seen the movies from the Green Book ones. This is the 78th Academy Awards, so it's probably like the 97th Academy Awards for Green Book. No, that was the last one. So it's probably like the 92nd. Whatever, this is taking too long. How do you know I'm a boomer? I'm not clicking the links in the Wikipedia article. I'm modifying the URL 1 number at a time to go backwards. Green Book beats Green Book beat Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, The Favorite, Roma, A Star Is Born, and Vice. That's a fucked up assortment of Best Picture nominees, man. Vice being nominated for Best Picture is crazy. The Favorite might be my least favorite Yorgos Lanthimos film that I've seen, but I mean, it clears the shit out of Vice. Now do 2016, La La Land should have won? I don't know. I love La La Land, but I never know how people feel about La La Land. Because after it won, I swear this is where like my deep-seated anti-video essay rhetoric came from. People who hadn't seen the movie started coming into chat and being like, it's a bad movie because, Hollywood just loves to reward movies that are about Hollywood. I hate musicals. Why don't they just talk instead? But then my whole life, because my demo doesn't really like La La Land, I thought La La Land was one of those movies that was like critically beloved and culturally like reviled. Like I'm thinking of Ending Things, for example. Then come to find out, actually, the Gen Pop loves La La Land. The Gen Pop thinks La La Land is peak. La Boo Boo Land. Whatever, man. Okay, I'm just talking, man. Let's just throw in a slash marker. Sorry for the short dulls today. 1977, 174 milli. I turned my camera on by Spoon. That's so familiar. It's like, it's that part right there is so familiar. The transition right here. I can hear it in my head. I actually think if I give myself time, I think I can get it off too. I just need to enter the database. I need more. It stings, but I need more. Is it Take a Chance on Me by ABBA? It is. Okay. There we go. That's honestly, I don't think that should be a part 2 unless you're from Sweden. That one's kind of tough. I love that ending, man. The winner takes it motherfucking all. Take a chance on me. If you change your mind, I'll be first in line. I don't know the words. Take a chance on, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance. Nard Dog Me. Is there an Andy Bernard Take a Chance on Me? Or does he riggy diggy do it a little bit? There is. Andy Bernard is such a real character. Everybody has a friend of a friend that, like, at karaoke would always default to singing the fucking, like, the response of the call and response, or sing the fucking stings, or the riffs that it is me. The guy that would sing the riffs in, like, the boy band songs. Like at the start of Larger Than Life by the Backstreet Boys, he's the guy who goes, ha ha ha! You ever make any headway getting Chinese Rizzler up and running? No, they tariffed me. I still think we need a Chinese Rizzler. It's kind of like an acquisition play at this point. If anyone would like to acquire the numbered corporation that I spun up and then just buy wholesale, like the R&D that we did. I'm not going to say that we were on like the verge of a breakthrough. I'm not going to say we were like 6 weeks away from developing the first Chinese Rizzler, but like we've done a little bit of the groundwork. Damn, Chinese Christopher Walken would be crazy. Dude, I was at the playground with my daughter, and can I just say, I think this dude is based. There was a dude, like a Chinese grandfather at the playground with his granddaughter and also his wife, aka the grandmother of the child. So while the grandmother was like playing with the kid, the Chinese grandpa was just walking around with his phone speaker on high, and it was like a Chinese to English translation phrase book. So it was just like 7 phrases that kept repeating. So it would be like something in Chinese, and then the voice would go, "Hi, nice to meet you." And then he would go, "Hi, nice to meet you." And then it would be like something in Chinese, "How old are you?" And he would go, "How old are you?" But then what makes it hilarious is that he was then practicing the phrases on my daughter. Kate, I never told you this. This was so good, though. And this is how I know her instincts are good. He was just walking around, and he saw us, and then the voice went, "How old are you?" And he went, "How old are you?" And then our daughter went, 4 3/4. And then the dude just stood there looking at her, and she was like smiling, and there was like a 3-second silence. And then she said, like, "Do you have a kid here?" And the guy just didn't respond at all. And then she went, "Is your kid here?" And then he just didn't do anything. And I said, maybe he doesn't want to talk. Come on. Maybe let's go over here. Maybe he doesn't want to talk. He seemed like a nice guy, but I don't think he knew what she was saying to him, which is also relatable because that's how it happens to me in Korea. I'm like, "Shilamnida, hwajang shil odieyo," and then they respond with a whole, like a laborious set of directions, and I don't speak Korean, so I just go, kamsamnida, kamsamnida, and then I just go try to find the bathroom using like Witcher vision or whatever. Even I don't get the story. He was practicing his English on our daughter, but after our daughter replied, he didn't know what she was saying. So our daughter was basically trying to make conversation with him, but he was just like, he was hitting her with the stoned emoji. You know, that's the one right there. Yeah, you got it. Moyai. Moyai. Yeah, that's it right there. It's not stone underscore face. I thought she was being careful, like he might be a bad guy. Well, I think that's true too. I think she was like, this dude's energy is like a little bit off. But I don't think his energy was off because he had like ill intentions. I think his energy was off because he is having trouble communicating in English, which is fine. But then I vouched for him. I said, nah, man, he's cool. Chinese grandpa, he's cool with me, as far as I know. Hang on, I'm going to this website. Dude, this is crazy. I went to Twitch in Firefox where I'm logged out instead of Chrome where I'm logged in. Second stream on the front page was my own. It's like, based on your cookies, you might vibe with this motherfucker. Based on these cookies, I am this motherfucker, bitch! Okay, I will send you over to Apollo, who is still doing horses, which I don't blame him for. I might do some horses tomorrow. We'll see. But for now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. That's a YouTube outro. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, y'all. Wait, you're right. Every time I rated Kate by accident. I do it. It's muscle memory. Damn, I'm failing all the QTEs at the end of stream today. Good night, y'all. What is it? My libido's gone berserk. I don't wanna go to work. I don't want nothing to eat. Driving up and down the street, but only 2 weeks ago. 2, 3, you said you'd never leave me. 2, 3, 4, but here I am alone. 1, 2, then in this world of reckless happenstance, why do good things have to go away? 2, 3, and leave you with nothing. 2, 3, 4, and she left me with nothing. If you know the words, sing along. You ever listen to Prozac, man? That was a song, dude.